It's time for me to give you the gist on what is happening in the Big Brother Naija, the lockdown edition reunion. Anyways, if you missed it, here is how everything went down. So from me to you, watch out for these keywords till the end of this video. The likes of entanglement, blowjob, trapezium, facilities, and King Kong. I present to you the highlights of the show. So welcome to my channel, guys. It's nice to meet you. I am Shamer and welcome to my channel once again. Anyway, so for today I'll be giving you a full gist on what happened in the reunion on the second episode. Well, starting the reunion, we had two people go against each other. That was Wathoni and Dorathy. Anyways, a lot of things that happened, and I would have not expected Dorathy to act lesser than she did. Well, she has a lot of resentment towards the housemates, but Wathoni, our usual self, was trying to get in everybody's businesses. Wathoni is that lady behind the camera or whatever you are doing. Wathoni is like a mini goddess. She's always seeing everything you're doing, and she always has to talk. I really don't know why, but then trust me, I loved every bit of the heat they brought on that show, because it was pretty much like everyone was saying their truth. So from the beginning, Dorathy was being spoken to about friends or no friends. Ozo came in with all of the "you call yourself my friend" and all that. Then Wathoni was the one who let it out that Dorathy actually gave a blowjob to somebody in the house. That's a blockbuster for me. It's like a blockbuster movie, and I knew nothing about that. And I stuck to my television set watching this program go on and on. Like, I was always stuck to my TV set, everything happening, even the one that was important and less important. So where did this babe, where did she give this person blowjob? How? It wasn't disclosed on the show. That is the key word I told you about. I'm talking about the entanglement also. All of the relationship, that was what was being discussed on the show, and I really liked how Ebuka was able to like go from here to here, ask this person, ask that person. Man, it was a hell of a show. So that's talking about entanglement. Ozo got a little bit deliberate about his actions, and I can say, although this opinion is just mine, I felt Ozo was lying. Anyways, Ka3na came with this story that when they were going for this party, whereby some of the housemates were in the house and they were kind of doing this white party for them to come back, and they were partying with the old housemates. So something happened and everybody on the show got talking, because when I watched it, I also discovered that Ka3na and Ozo were acting like an item. So after Ozo left, Nengi was in the house. So it was time for these people to meet, whereby they could not touch each other. There was this glass demarcation. Now everybody were partying, and Nengi after the show cried because she felt like Ozo did not give her, Ozo didn't talk to her, and everybody started advising her that night and all that. So the problem about this was that Ka3na came out to say the truth, that Ozo told her that everything that happened in the house, his parents and his family members and his fans, they were really sad that I was chasing after Nengi, and at the end of everything there was nothing to show for it. That he even walked out of the house without anything. So according to Ka3na, Ozo told her that he wants to make Nengi pay. So he wants to get back at Nengi. That means Ka3na and Ozo should kind of run some things. You don't understand. When I feel that's a little bit childish though. Ka3na at first told us on the show that she didn't subscribe to that idea, but he was being so emotional about what his parents thought and his fans, so he really wanted to get back at her. So he just made up his mind, and at the end he was like, okay, this is what he was going to do. Then Ka3na was the one who came back to say, all right, Ozo, let's do this. So when they went for the party, if you can remember, they were so mushy around each other, and things got a little bit spicy, that Nengi actually felt the jealous blood flowing through her veins that night. Now Ka3na was trying to tell us the whole truth about it. Then Ozo claimed that nothing of such happened. I don't even know, because everything he was saying, it was not even making sense to me, because I'm like, okay, fine, this is an accusation. Even if you want to clear it, you don't have to just. Then he started telling us, Nengi is the one I like, I have feelings for her, but I didn't say so. Sorry, bro. So are you trying to tell me now that Ka3na sat down to make all of these stories herself? To To make things a lot more spicier, that was when Praise also got into the conversation, and he told Ebuka that he was going to take responsibility for what he was going to say, that during the party, before the party in the hotel, that he went into Ka3na's room and he saw Ozo. And what really happened was that when people are so deep in a conversation and they don't want another party to know, you know that thing that happens that when you step into a room, then probably people are saying something very personal, or you know, all this kind of amebo stuffs, they just keep quiet. He said he felt that off mood immediately, but when he was done, he left. So obviously something hot was going on between Ka3na and Ozo, and Praise also didn't let it out. Praise said he's not trying to clear up the air because he likes Ka3na. He obviously doesn't care about her man. This show is bringing up the heat, and I just want you to know that from the very first episode, Ka3na came with the light and she was staring at all of the housemates like, no, they all fell from only God knows where. She's been like a boss lady on the show, but let me tell you, I don't even understand where her accent was coming from. She was beginning to sound like Bobrisky. I'm so sorry, but that's what I noticed on the show. Well, that's that about the entanglement issue. Still talking about entanglement. Oh, I love this part of this twist that I got to hear about on the show, because if you could remember vividly well, Prince was way after Nengi from the beginning of the show before Ozo came into the picture. Obviously, our darling Nengi was feeling Prince. Nengi was feeling Prince. That was what it was like. Now, as Nengi was feeling Prince, Prince was feeling Nengi. And he got to a state whereby he told her, I like you, and she said, I like you. But then at the end of the day, everything just went down the drain and they weren't even good friends anymore. Ozo came into the picture. So Ebuka was like asking Nengi how she went from I have a boyfriend outside, then she started talking to Ozo, started talking to Prince, and everything started going Prince, Ozo, Prince, Ozo. You understand that kind of a thing? Then she said that from the beginning she liked Prince. She used the word liked, that at some point she liked him, but because she felt he was not being loyal to her, Ebuka was now like, loyal as how? You are out, you are saying you have a boyfriend outside of this house, so how is he not being loyal to you? Then she claimed that she had an issue with somebody in the house and Prince didn't stand up for her. I feel that's a child. No, I just feel like it doesn't make any sense to me, but if that's her point and if that's her truth, well, quite all right. Now Ozo was also caught up in the show, but now it wasn't Ozo's time to talk because he had already cleared up the air and Ozo had already spoken his truth with Dorathy and Nengi. So this question was now directed to Prince. Now it was time for us to know, Prince, okay, did you like Nengi? He said yeah at some point. There was this rather confusing clip that came up where he was telling Leikon that he doesn't really like Nengi. He's trying to play with her and all that, but he knows what he's doing anyways. He was telling Leikon this, and this clip was showed to them. That was what opened up the floor of Prince's story, part of the story. Then Prince was now talking. The most interesting part was when Neo came into the conversation. Then he was trying to make a reference to a day that they had a conversation. They said they used to call themselves Midnight Gang. That then in the house, all of them, they will stay up at night. And most times, in all of their conversations, the best part of it always comes like, everybody's like, who do you like? Who do you like? You know, they used to sleep late. And he said Trickity was there on this day when he was trying to refer back to this conversation. Now, he was not trying to talk about it that Neo said something in particular. Neo made mention of the facilities. Now, I might not be able to say exactly what Neo said, but this definitely made up my day. I'm like, yo, what's your bro code? You just threw the bro code out of the window. Like, you threw the bro code out of the window. Why did you have to tell people that Neo said such a thing? Anyways, it was like, Neo said that if he was outside the house, he knows that inside the house, he doesn't have the facilities to go after somebody like Nengi. That Nengi is a fine girl, and obviously, that he wants Prince to chase after Nengi, that Prince should be the one to bring her down. That Nengi is, but she's a really fine girl. But he was now saying that if it was outside the house, he would have been able to get more facilities by controlling his guys, that they should bring the G-Wagon and all that. Everyone started looking and they were all shocked. Like, then, although what I liked was that Neo didn't just get into the conversation. He waited for Prince to land. When Prince now landed, I felt like he was trying to paint the whole story in a better form. Because after Prince was done talking, Prince in his mind was trying to feel like, obviously that was how it sounded, like he had the facilities, according to brother Neo, that he had the facilities to go after Nengi. But for him, it's until he's outside of the house. So I was trying to say that now when he was now talking, I said that what he meant was like she's a really cute girl, and for somebody like Nengi, you have to hold money. You have to be somebody who has money. As a man, you have to be up to the task money wise, so before you can approach such a girl. We're not trying to explain and making it sound like it was less offensive, but to me, I felt like Prince would have said it in the best way that he could have. But Neo was trying to make everything look okay and saying that if you see a girl like Nengi, what would you think? That she looks like a bag of money. So even if you want to approach her, you know you have to have money because to take care of all of her. Then he was not saying that he did not give him any advice to chase after Nengi. Well, Prince was really silent about it though. But after he said that was when Ozo came into the picture again. And that's where my keyword of King Kong comes in. So when Ozo was trying to talk again, I can't really remember what they were talking about at that point. But before Ozo was supposed to say anything, he made sure that he addressed everything that went down between Prince and Neo. Because it was pretty much obvious that okay, Prince was the rich one and Neo was the one who didn't have money and was giving him advice that if it was for him, he would have waited till he was outside the house and you know all that. So it felt like Prince was actually the one, you know what I mean. It was actually saying Neo doesn't have the money and all that. So Ozo said something to him. Ozo said, Prince, you need to pipe down. King Kong doesn't need to beat his chest to make everyone know he's King Kong. This is Ozo 2021. He said it to Prince. And what did he mean? He was trying to say that obviously you have money, so you don't need all the paparazzi and all that. Guys, a lot was going on the show. A lot has been going on the show. The fun part again was Ka3na getting into this whole thing and saying that she could remember when she was in the house that Nengi said all sorts of things. I think she wrote like an epistle for Prince and she was reading it out to him, or she said the epistle in words, whatever. She read it or she said it. Anyway, she included baby. According to Ka3na, that was the highlight, and she's like, you like this boy, so why are you not saying now that you do not like him again? Then Nengi was like, she is not against the fact that she once liked Prince. So do you guys get it? But she eventually did not like him again because he was not loyal to her. You can imagine the plot twist. Anyways, guys, that's the end of the show. That was how they wrapped up the show. And for the one we'll be seeing the next time until the next episode. Guys, I saw somewhere whereby V was shouting at her enemy before, and when next I come your way. I hope that you found this very interesting enough for you to engage in. And if you like this kind of content, let me know in the comment section below so I can film more of contents like this. And definitely on the next episode, I'll be back on your screens with another banger, giving you the full G's. Well, that was everything that happened on the show. And if you got to this point, definitely click on the like button. And if you haven't subscribed and you're not your family yet, make it a deal with me and stay by clicking the subscribe button. Woo! So guys, turn on your post notifications so you can be updated anytime I drop a new video. I'll see you in my next video. I love you very much.